We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
So today we're going to be talking about Jordan Burroughs after Final X. Mike and I were there. We saw it live.
Yeah, we
The
did.
upset heard around the world to Chance Marsteller. And after the match, after the third match in which he lost the spot, he was on the mat for a very long time. And
Yeah.
Mark Hall came over to him and was kind of like, come on, like, let's go. But there was a lot of people in the stands who just stopped in their places to see if they saw something historic, like him taking off his shoes and announcing his retirement.
Yeah, because he was just sitting there like sitting on the mat, holding his legs, just staring off. Like everyone was like, "Wait a minute, could he be?"
I think everyone was just dumbfounded. It was similar reaction to when he lost to Kyle Dake, where he had that like face where he was just,
Right.
I don't know if you're talking. I got to pull up the picture, but it was a similar just reaction. Like he is so confident that he is the best in the world, and he has been in his career,
He's
but
the returning world champ.
not today. I mean, Chance Marsteller. It's funny because Mike and I actually predicted Marsteller in 3, which is what happened.
Yeah.
And there was a controversial call in match 1 in which Burroughs throws the block.
Yeah, Burroughs pulled that. It wasn't even the coaching; it was Burroughs. He was like, "Yo, give me the brick."
And there's a lot of controversy because there's different rules for USA wrestling compared to World Wrestling. And they were saying like the timing of the brick was a little suspect because he
Yeah,
waited
I'm not
after
familiar
the
on the
match.
rules on like when the challenge brick has to go in for it to be valid. Like that's not a rule I'm really fresh on.
And the other thing that was silly, I think it's a silly rule, is that it's not like Marsteller, one, intentionally grabbed it. I don't think he did.
Well,
And
they
two, it's not like,
replayed it. They replayed it on the jumbotron for us like five
yeah.
times.
And it's not like he was using that to prevent a score. Like Burroughs was not even close to score. They were just tied up.
It was like a fake shot, and Marsteller like threw his arms like that. Yeah,
Yes. So he lost the first one in controversy, and it's easy to think that Marsteller, after losing one to Burroughs, he could just throw in the towel, but he came back and won twice more to earn the spot. So
I
you got
mean,
to give props to
and
Marsteller.
the first match he legitimately won. The reason he lost was that challenge where the singlet got pulled, like, and that like the technicality he lost 3-3, but like off of pure wrestling, he beat Jordan Burroughs 3 times. Like, yeah, okay, the first match he lost because of that technicality, but like he out wrestled him in 3 matches, which is just amazing.
So this is the question that Mike Long had proposed to us. Is this the end of Jordan Burroughs? What do you think, Mike?
I think that Jordan's been pretty open and honest with 2024 being his last year and his last run. That being said, like you guys talked about, Jordan Burroughs is a guy that always expects to win. His literal Twitter handle is "All I See Is Gold." I'm sure when he announced that last year, he expected to win a world title this year, make 74 kilo, win the 2024 Olympics, and then ride off into the sunset as the greatest American freestyle wrestler to ever live. Plans change.
Clearly,
So,
he could not compute that loss
yeah.
in that
So,
series.
unfortunately, Flo was down, so I didn't get to watch the match live. But again, talking with you guys, and what I heard is that he sat on the mat for a long time. People were like,
It was
he's the guy.
several minutes. It was like at least
Yeah.
5 minutes just sitting there staring, and we were like, "Do we
Yeah.
leave?" It was the last match of the night, so it was
And
like,
Mark Hall is like pulling him up. He's like, "You good? Like, come on."
And people expected him to retire then, and I don't know how that's gonna, which way he's gonna kind of go. If it's gonna push Jordan to, derail from his plans and go past 2024 because he has something to prove now, or if he's just gonna say, you know what, I'm still sticking to the plan. I'm not gonna win a world title this year. I'm just gonna focus on getting better for the 2024 Olympics, which begs the question now: what if he doesn't make the spot? So
I don't think he is.
that's not part of his plan.
That's, I mean, if Jordan doesn't make it a 2023 team or the 2024 team, He'll be 35 years old, maybe 36. I'd have to check his birth date by that time, by this time next year. Does he retire, or does he say, "Hey, I want to go on a high note, just like everyone wants to go out"?
Right.
But one thing that I kind of learned from wrestling is that most people's last match isn't always a win.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yep.
So, this is kind of the real life finish to what's been a storybook career. What brings me to my next question for you guys that I kind of brought up. Do we see Jordan Burroughs go 74 or 86 kilos? So my argument is that he's going to go 86. And it's a bit out there, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it's not that outlandish when you think about how he's done when he's gone up that weight.
True. Jordan wrestled a very tight, I think it was a criteria match against David Taylor.
Yeah, it was like 5'5".
Yep. That was 1. 2, Jordan's 35. This is not a guy that's going to let me go cut 5 kilos additionally when he's already, pretty lean, pretty low body fat. I mean, that's losing 12 pounds, shrinking down to a weight he hasn't held for now several years. And do you say, hey, I want to go out fat and happy at the best weight class where I can feel like, if I grow a little bit, I can be competitive with David Taylor, who I've already been competitive with when I was at the weight class I'm at already.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was weighing 79 when he wrestled David Taylor.
Yep. So does he give himself the chance to grow, or does he say, hey, I'm going to try to cut 12 pounds and then knock off Kyle Dake, Jason Nolf? That whole field is going to get very deep next year.
A lot of really Marsteller's probably going 74 too, and
Marsteller's going 86.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He announced it recently, but I think Jordan, in his not ego, but he is Jordan Burroughs. I think that he's going to say, if I go up to 86, I could beat Marsteller. He beat me the one time.
Right.
The 74 is going to be super crowded, just like 86 is.
Yeah.
74, you're going to have guys like Hardest Arachi, Jason Nolf, Kyle Dake, 3. I think Derringer is also going down. Don't quote me on that. But that's
Derringer was humongous in person.
He was massive.
He was like, that was like, holy crap.
But that's 4 tough dudes that Jordan has lost to. 2 of them, or 1 of them. I mean, but he expects that him and Carter to be a very competitive match. Why cut all the weight to go out on a loss potentially?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've even talked about how going down the weight, cutting the weight isn't always the best route. I mean, he might be more competitive at 86. I mean, you had a criteria loss to David Taylor, the world Olympic champion David Taylor. Like, it stands a pretty good argument that maybe going up is the better route.
I just can't see a guy that's, quickly approaching 40, continuing to go down another weight class. And it's not like it's a few pounds. It's 12, roughly 12 pounds.
And it's not like he's like, how much better can you get? Like
Exactly.
he's at the pinnacle. I mean, you keep grinding, but it's just
you're the best in the world. How are you going to get better than that?
You hit a point.
I think it's tough. The Burroughs era is quickly coming to an end, and I'm not sure how much you guys followed his early freestyle career. I remember Ed Lovely excitedly texting me in 2012 when Jordan Burroughs won his first world championship, and I was like, I don't even know who that is. I mean, this is 12 years ago almost, and I'm like, the guy from Nebraska,
right?
And I do have to say that not to put any bad will into his name, but he was the only one at Final X who didn't slap the kids in the tunnel looking for high fives.
Yeah,
instead,
there was like a row of them all like that. With
they're all out. Like every other wrestlers, like men, women, they all slap the kids' hands, and then Burroughs comes up, sees them, and then goes like this, so that he doesn't have to slap their hands.
Just for the part where he walks by the kids. That was it.
I heard he was also a bit of a sore loser. The stream was down, but I heard he was a bit of a sore loser.
Oh, he definitely was. Like in the third match with the controversial call, he was like arguing like he didn't want to. he didn't want to have any part of it that call didn't go his way.
Even the first match, he got booed in the first match and in the third match when he threw in the brick, and he got the call in his favor, but it was all boos. Like
I mean, realistically, why I personally wouldn't want to win that way. Like, oh, he pulled on my singlet, I can get a point and I can get the win. He can't do anything about it. I don't want to win that way. That's just me. But
I saw on wrestling Twitter somewhere, I think it was Willie Saylor, said, how crazy are things that Jordan Burroughs is getting booed in New Jersey.
Yeah, right.
It's his home state.
We saw so many people with Chance Marsteller shirts.
Yeah, I mean, he got like ovations of cheers that because I mean, he is training in New Jersey, but and he's got the club there now too. But Burroughs was definitely the villain here in the situation, and Marsteller was the hero.
Jordan Burroughs. I mean, I know it's more of a Jordan Burroughs video, but can we talk about Chance Marsteller for a second here?
Yeah.
What a incredible arc to his career.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Chance Marsteller coming out of high school, 166-0, 4-time undefeated Pennsylvania state champion. He was the guy, the bluest of blue chips, went to Oklahoma State. They had him go down 3 weight classes. He got into drugs, alcohol, goes to prison, has a kid, all this crazy stuff, gets kicked out of school.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, there goes that guy's career. And he fell off the map for a few years. And then you see, oh, what? Chance Marsteller is going to Lockhaven. This guy's still around? Okay, let's see how he does. I think 2-time All-American. Might have been a 3, I don't remember. But never reached the national championship that people thought he could. But then clawing his way up the 74, 79 kilo rankings. I mean, having close matches with guys domestically, tough guys, going and beating, medalists internationally. Having just fallen super short to Burroughs last year. I think it was 2-1 in Burroughs' favor.
Yep.
And you're like, man, this guy, he's coming. And what an incredible storybook that, went from these incredible highs to these incredible lows to back up. It defines what wrestling is.
Yeah.
Where there's going to be all these, all this noise in your life, and you have to sort through it and keep going. And I mean, it just, Chance Marsteller defines what wrestling is, and he's just the man.
He even did a backflip after he beat Burroughs in the third match.
He did a Gable backflip.
Yeah.
Did not get the ovation that Gable.
Yeah, no, he didn't hype up the crowd. He just kind of ran out there and went whoosh.
I mean, this is a guy who just has that country boy strength. I mean, he's thick. He probably doesn't have any muscle indentations. He's just thick, and he's an athlete. I mean, he's quick. He's powerful, strong. Took down Burroughs at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, no, he definitely had Burroughs' number on the takedown game. Burroughs only got 1 takedown, I think, or maybe 2. But.
Yeah, I mean, I think I didn't realize Chance Marsteller's older brother was also a Greco World Team member. Not this year, but I didn't realize they were related, different last name.
Oh, okay.
But just what an incredible story.
Yeah, for sure.
So, is this the end of Jordan Burroughs? Perhaps we see him next year in the Olympics. Perhaps we see him
in the Olympic trials,
or perhaps we see him coaching somewhere. I don't know. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? What's going to happen with Jordan Burroughs?
What weight do you think he goes for the Olympic trials next year?
Yeah, 74, 86. I think 86 would be more in his favor, but he's more likely to go 74.
I think he's more likely 74, but I think that it's going to be the wrong move. But I think it's.
Yeah, I think 86 would be better for him, but
we'll see what happens.
Reasons you said, but.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.